Brave Exvius just got a new system. Obviously, we're going over the Neo Vision system today, answering all your guys' questions. This is going to be your Neo Vision's survival guide, guys. Thank you once again for spending that time here today on the channel, and thank you for the support via Patreon as well as YouTube channel membership system. So let's go over everything today with the Neo Vision system, from Awakening to EX Awakenings to Brave Shifts, Brave Abilities, Vision Cards, Vision Card Abilities, Vision Card Experience, all of that stuff we're tackling today. This is just the system. We're going to be going over all of the different shops and things that were added in the game as a game update in a different video tomorrow, guys. But we're going to answer all of your questions about what it is you should be doing with this system, how to sort of navigate all of the stuff in Brave Exvius as it was added just yesterday. So let's go over it right now. Let's start with the Neo Vision system with Neo Vision Awakening. So when you get a character, whether it be a base Neo Vision character like the new Neo Vision Cloud, who is a Neo Vision character, or an older character such as Neo Vision Tifa, who was an original non-Neo Vision character who was a 5-star base, who is now able to awaken all the way up to a 7-star base form. Let's go over this stuff. We will have a some sort of graph that shows up here today with sort of the similar things that you are going to need for awakening these characters. We're also going to go over it in game as well. So once you have acquired one of these two characters right now in the game, or in the future other characters who can be awakened to a new form, or you get a character who is a base Neo Vision character, you're going to want to awaken them. Now, the old characters like Tifa are going to be needing access to not only their 7-star form, which you need to make them 7-star. To do that, you also need to get access to their Super Trust Master reward, which you can check in game to see if they have the Super Trust Master reward available or not. Tifa's, for example, is the Premium Heart. So for Tifa, you're going to need her to be 7-star max level Premium Heart, which is her Super Trust Master. You have to have that rewarded there. Now, once you do that, you're going to awaken them just like you would any other character. You would go to Awaken Units, and they will show up right here. If you cannot find them, check your filter. Make sure that you're not filtered by, Neo Vision character. She's going to be a 5-star base form at this time. But for this example, we have her already at Neo Vision. So she'll show up here just like this. And what you would do is you would click on her. We're clicking on Cloud in this example because my Tifa's already maxed out, but it'll ask you and show you exactly what it is that you need. You're going to need a specific character shard, which you can get through character events as they come out, or through duplicate versions of them. We're going to have a graph that shows up how many different shards you're going to get based on what form they are, whether a 5-star base, a Neo Vision character already, or if they are going to be a 7-star character. At this time, you do not get additional shards for having the Super TMR on a character when you go to sort of blow them up into shards. So in this case here, for Cloud, he's going to be needing 100 shards and 2 Transcension Pearls. There are going to be 2 different kinds of pearls. There's going to be the rarer pearl, which is the Transcension Pearl, and then there's going to be a golden pearl. Now, base Neo Vision characters like Cloud only take Transcension Pearls, whereas Transcension Pearls are only used on old characters like Tifa on their final EX Awakening, EX +3. The old characters, as you saw, only take the more common pearl that you get from blowing up 5-star base characters and different quest rewards. Maybe you can find them in the shop, things of that nature, and they're much easier to gain access to, and it'll be even easier to gain access to as newer awakenings for older characters come out, like Lorne and Veritas of the Dark and Old Cloud and Red 13. You're going to be able to blow up these characters that you don't really have use for, get access to their character shards, as well as gain access to the random pearls. The pearls are not character specific, just the shards are. Now, once you have a character leveled up to the Neo Vision form, or you have a base Neo Vision character, EX Awakening is very similar. So once you go ahead and have access to that EX Awakening, put the Neo Vision character either in your party, or just go ahead and use the same menu we just did. But if they're in your party, you can go ahead and actually, there's a shortcut to access the EX Awakening menu. You will click on the character as it is shown here, and generally there's going to be a new menu here, Neo Vision menu for Neo Vision characters on the far right. As you can see it, you'll click on that. You'll have EX Awakening show up as it was Brave Ability Enhancement. We only care about EX Awakening right now. You're going to see the very same menu that we were just at before. This is going to be the same sort of situation situation as the Neo Vision Awakening system. This is the EX Awakening system. This is going to unlock certain things for your characters. Base Neo Vision characters like Cloud, characters that you pull as Neo Visions, are going to unlock different things as you level them up. All of the levels will give you a small base stats increase. +1 for a base Neo Vision character is going to gain access to their specific vision card, which we'll go over in the future here in this video. On top of that, +1 for both new base Neo Vision characters as well as older characters that awaken into Neo Visions will also unlock their Brave Shift mode. +2 for a base Neo Vision character is going to gain you access to a 100% Super Trust Master reward Moogle that is specific to that character. So if I was to awaken this Cloud to EX +2 here, which is the next level that I'm shooting for, I will get a 100% Super Trust Master Moogle that I can use only on this Neo Vision Cloud. +3 will give you another copy of their Vision card, and then on top of that, you are going to get some Gigantar cards, which are used to level up your Vision cards, and we'll also talk about that in the future. After that, though, there is another thing you can do to work on your characters here, and we just talked about it in the Neo Vision menu, the Brave Ability Enhancement. So this is going to be sort of an ability awakening system specifically in the Neo Vision characters. They're going to use a new sort of material to unlock their Brave abilities, and so let's click on this menu, let's go check it out. And you can see it's going to be the red abilities here. So in Cloud's instance, it would be Braver in his base form here, Focus Thrust as well as in his base form there. But if we Brave Shift him, you're going to see Braver and Spinning Slash are going to be the two abilities here. So Braver, if you level it up on one side, it will automatically level it up for you on the other side, but Spinning Slash is only on his burst form, whereas Focus Thrust is only on his normal form. These are going to take specific sort of new ability awakening materials called Fortisite here, and you can get these from different sort of shops from whatever event is out currently. If there might be a special event, there is in this particular circumstance, which we'll talk about like I said in that other video, and you get them from those events. So this is going to be something that you can go ahead and do, and this is something that you're going to want to do for pretty much every Neo Vision character that you're using out there. They're not super hard to get access to, especially right now because we have the Soon Metal Shop. Very ease of access for a lot of these different Fortisites here, and they start at level 1 and they go all the way up to level 5, so you can enhance them 4 times. Now on top of that, once you get to a certain point, leveling them up 1, 2, and then when you go to 3 and 4, they're going to need a second type of currency here, not the Fortisites, but a special insignia. So for instance, right now in this game we have access to Tifa and Cloud, and they're going to need their special insignia here, which you're going to find right here in the Challenges department. Challenge of the Brave Guardians of the Planet. You're going to obtain ability awakened materials for Neo Vision Brave abilities here, and it's going to be this little insignia that has Cloud on it. Now we're not going to go through here right now, but you do get some bonus ones for beating it the first time, but once you're done with it, you can actually go back in and farm them up. They're not terribly hard to get. You get between, like, you know, 16, 17, 18, 19 every time you clear it for 30 energy here. But you're going to gain access to a lot of cool stuff from doing this event. Notably, the Brave Insignia ×10 in this instance is very strong. And then obviously this one right here, the harder version, is give you a Transcension Pearl. These are very rare because it's very hard to get them. You cannot get them really from blowing up Neo Vision characters. You only get the other pearls from that. So you're going to need to get base Neo Vision characters for Transcension Pearls. You can't blow up the old 5-star bases for these. Only the new Neo Vision based characters. You sometimes can find them in shops or through event rewards or event items. Outside of that, they're extremely rare to get, so don't throw them away to what's the word I want to use, like willy-nilly. That's not a word, that's a phrase, but don't throw them away, don't misuse them there, because they are going to be rare when trying to awaken your Neo Vision based characters there. With that being said, that's pretty much encompasses the Brave abilities, the Fortisite, the insignias, all of that good stuff here. But we also have one last thing for you to talk about here, which is Vision cards, and then we're going to be talking about the very important aspect of actually gearing out your Neo Vision character, all encompassing that. So once you have a Neo Vision character, they're going to have an additional equipment slot. So you go in the equipment's there, abilities are there, and then Vision card is going to be here as well. So this is going to be, in this instance, the Mad Dash card that I have access to from EX +1 Cloud, but everyone should have the FFBE 4th Anniversary card, which actually comes out maxed level, but not every card is level 10 when you gain access to it. That's not a thing that happens there, generally speaking, but this card does do it. Now let's explain a little bit about Vision card, since it's a little bit new. As you can see, it gives you some flat stats, so it gives in this instance 100 HP, 50 MP here. Because this card is leveled to 10, it's going to have access to all of its abilities here. So we have VC Happy Heroes, which can give us 10% attack and magic, VC Fourth Year of Fun, which can give us 10% defense and spirit, and then VC Anniversary Celebration, which gives us an additional 30% attack, defense, magic, and spirit. So whoever has this card equipped, 40% attack, defense, magic, and spirit, 100 flat HP, and 50 flat MP. And yes, I did say flat HP and MP because the card stats that you see here that just give you those flat stats, they are actually flat stats. So in this circumstance here, my Mad Dash level 7 card, I have access to 2 of the abilities and it gives me 76 flat attack. This flat attack counts as equipment attack, so it works with True Double Hand and it works with True Dual Wield, which is a very, very big part in the True Dual Wield, True Double Hand attack stuff. So if I leveled this card up to 100, I would have 100 attack from the card, and then if I had 200% True Dual Wield, I would get an extra 200 attack on top of that, which really helps you out if you're out there trying to min-max. But on top of that, not only does the card have flat stats, but this card also has abilities, and it's level 7, so I have the first 2 abilities here, which is VC Lay Down Some Rubber, 50% attack when equipped with a Greatsword, and then VC Pass a Driver's Test, another 50% attack with a Greatsword. I don't get access to the no holding back ability on the card until it's level 10. And as you can see, different cards learn different abilities at different levels. Not every card learns their abilities at the same time. Some cards learn abilities at level 3 and level 7 and then level 10. In this instance, the Vengeful Blow card here, it's going to learn an ability at level 7 and it's going to learn ability at level 10. It has no final ability. This card only has 2 abilities. So keep that in mind as well as new units get added to the game, new cards get added as well. And how do you level up your card? I'm glad you asked, because you can't really do it from this menu. A lot of people have been asking the question, how do I level up my Vision card? You go to Items, and then you'll go down to Vision Card, and then you'll click on a card here, and it'll bring up the Vision card menu, and you just click Enhance Vision card. Now, I don't have any of them on me, but you guys have seen the Cactar. Here comes Cactar. Here comes the Gigantar Vision card. It's just a Vision card with a picture of the little Cactar hanging out there. That is the card that you use for EXP. You can use other cards if you get duplicate cards of other things, right? I could add this card for 400 EXP here if I wanted to, but I don't want to throw away that card. The cards you want to use for EXP are the Cactar cards. That is their sole use in FFBE, so make sure when you get those cards, you throw them into leveling up the Vision cards that you've been using the most. And remember, the Vision cards can only be used on Neo Vision characters there. So one last thing to talk about here, it's actually gearing out your characters and making sure that you're actually doing it correctly. So when you're in the equipment section here for your Neo Vision characters, once you have access to Brave Shift, you will actually see it on the character there. So gear out your character like normal, however you want their equipment selection set up, however you want their ability selection set up, make sure you give them a Vision card. But once you have the Brave Shift unlocked, it actually can use an entirely set of gear, and it will use an entirely set of gear until you gear them out. They will actually be completely naked. So make sure you're doing this. If you want to use their Brave Shift form, which a lot of you guys out there want to do, you're going to need to hit Brave Shift. And if you want to gear them out the same exact way, you can just throw all the same gear in all of the same slots. Go ahead and do that. If you are seeing a materia that your character on one Brave Shift form has, and it's not showing up when you go to equip it on the other side, there's a bug in the game right now. Hopefully it will get fixed. You're not seeing it because you're trying to equip that materia in a separate slot. So if I was to throw the Alliance Heart on here, right, in my Brave Shift form, and then I was trying to throw the Alliance Heart out over here, it's not going to show up because I'm not trying to put it in the same slot. As you can see, it's missing, but if I was to try to put it in the slot that my Brave Shift form is currently wearing at the bottom left-hand slot, it will in fact show up. So that's a bug. Keep your eyes out on that one there. And make sure that when you're gearing your characters, you're setting them as your friend units, you're going to have to re-gear them all the way again. So when you set up your friend unit, if you're using Neo Vision Tifa, Neo Vision Cloud, Neo Vision anything in the future, and you don't set any sort of gear up in their Brave Shift form, your character is going to be naked, and you're probably going to get your friends to delete you because you're basically using a naked character here in Brave Exvius. So that's going to kind of wrap it up here for us with the base Neo Vision system, everything that there is to do. We are going to have the shops that you should be checking out, the quests you guys need to be doing, how to quickly gain access to all of the stuff to level up the characters going on right now in the game. If you're watching this in the future, way after this event's ended, that's not going to pertain to you. But for those of you who are waiting for that video to come out for this event, I wanted this video to sort of separate itself from and maybe last a little bit longer for anyone who has questions about NeoVisions in general. I don't want to bog the video down with event-specific sort of information, so I didn't do that for this one. But thank you guys so much for spending that time here today, checking us out, hanging out, and supporting the channel. So thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.